Testing, testing. Am I live? Please let me know if I'm live. I can't quite see. Sometimes it shows me I am. Sometimes it shows me I'm not. Am I live? If I am live, please put a 0 inside of the chat below so I can actually see and tell that I am live. And just to give some housewarming housewarming things. So today we're going to be talking about how a mentorship student received two 3,500 per month monthly clients in the last 2 months of working together. Okay, that's about $7,000 in monthly recurring revenue in about under about 65 days. So I can't wait to kind of share how this individual, how she was able to do so. And before you even jump in, guys, so number one, if you're watching this thing live, go ahead and comment #TeamLive so I know that you're live and you're watching this thing, and I can actually make it more interactive. I can answer some questions, I can ask questions, I can answer things that you put inside the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, write in #TeamReplay, and I will know that you're watching the replay, and it'll be great for you as well. Also, excuse me. If you want me to connect with you to answer some questions that you might have about growing your business, go ahead and write #TeamConnect. Now, at any time, please invite your friends to join this community. And finally, if you want some help growing your business, maybe you're tired of trying to figure things out on your own, you want to avoid a lot of the mistakes that most people make, go ahead and click the link inside of either the first comment or inside of the description, either above or below the video. I would love to book a call with you and see exactly how I can help you out, okay? If that's you, go on ahead and click on that link, book a call. I will talk to you as soon as possible. Now, let's kind of jump into this thing. So, number one, guys, we got to really work on our mindset. Hello, Dano. Hello, Harold. Hello. Great to see you guys. Great to see you guys here. If you're watching this, remember, comment, let me know. Hi! Exclamation points. Let me type that thing in. Hi. Awesome. Let's jump into this thing, okay? Now, next thing is, guys, let's talk about sales, okay? So, when it comes to sales, you need to be comfortable sitting inside of pain, specifically your potential client's pain. So one major mistake that I see most people make, especially when we're trying to charge higher ticket prices, is that as soon as the potential client starts talking about how hard their accounting, their bookkeeping, or even whatever service you offer, how hard it is, most people kind of like alleviate the pressure by like laughing. They have like this nervous laughter, especially as like accountants and bookkeepers. If you're like really nervous or really scared to kind of like talk to people, generally when someone says, "Oh, someone stole money from me and I didn't know because I didn't have any accounting, and like I didn't even know about it until 6 years later," then the bookkeeper or the accountant goes, "Ha ha ha," and it's just like the pressure's kind of dissipated and the person's like, "Oh, it must not be that big of a deal." Versus when you start getting better at sales, as soon as someone says that something is wrong, instead of like laughing it off, you sit down deeper into that pain and you help them understand that, hey, this is a real problem. This is a big problem. And then next, what you do when you're starting to sit in someone's pain is you need to chunk down, meaning ask follow-up questions that get people to talk about their pain even more. Hello, Andrea. Hello, Andrea. Now, sitting down the pain. Okay, cool. So you haven't kept books in about 3 years. Okay. Well, can you tell me more about like why have you not? Okay. Oh, so you did try and get somebody, but it just didn't work out. Well, what do you mean it didn't work out? What happened? And they tell you more. Oh, okay, cool. Then what have you tried to do to fix this? Or since you hired and fired that person? And you keep diving deeper and deeper, and they keep telling you more and more about the pain that they're in, and it makes it very easy for you to just talk about the sales in a little bit. We'll talk more about sales in a minute, but that's the number one thing when it comes to sales, and it comes to you trying to raise your price. You got to be able to sit inside of the pain. Next thing is, excuse me, you need to be comfortable talking about what you want. Oftentimes, especially like when I was in corporate America, I was always trained where it was kind of like, you kind of ask what you want, but then you kind of don't, because you don't want to step on any toes, and you don't really want to burn any bridges, and it's almost like you're playing defense for most of your life, right? Especially as like an accounting professional, and where we're watching over people's money, we're oftentimes taught to play defense. When in sales, you need to be thinking more about playing offense. That's asking for what you want, going for what you want, trying to take as much ground as possible, especially when we're talking about money. Okay, man, that's why, sometimes for people watching, like, people have this misconception that if you don't come from the accounting field and maybe you just got into accounting, you just got into bookkeeping, maybe you're like, from the nursing field, or maybe were a general manager of someplace and you decided to start learning accounting and bookkeeping, they think that they're at a very, very big disadvantage, when that's not actually true. Oftentimes, if you come into this industry and you're more of an outsider, you have a higher chance of being able to make more money because you don't necessarily have the same belief systems that we do as accountants and bookkeepers, right? Oftentimes as accountants and bookkeepers, like, we don't really see our service as being that valuable, and then we also have been trained to play defense, and then at the same time, like, there's a lot of like lower self-confidence that you generally get from being talked down to in your corporate career for like the last 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So when someone comes from a different industry and they have a better attitude, it's generally easier for them to ask for more money because they don't really have as much negative self-talk going on. So it's the first thing we have to do is, number one, we have to get comfortable talking about what we want. Number two, you have to start knowing what you actually want. Start writing it down, like on goal sheets, vision boards. Like, what do you actually want? And know that. So when you actually go to the person, you're going to be able to go and make the money you want. For example, let's even take a step back. Yesterday I was on a coaching call with two students, right? One who was her first day in the program, and another one who has been in the program for a little while. And we were basically going through a scenario where she had a potential client who she'd been working with for about a year. And that person was only paying her about $400 a month per restaurant location they had. And they only entrusted her with that one restaurant location. Okay? So what we basically did was, if the place had just opened about 6 other locations. Okay? And they'd opened up 6 locations in the past year, but they'd only entrusted her with one at $400 a month. Once again, guys, if you want some help growing your business, if you're ready for some help, you're tired of maybe trying it yourself, or you just don't know what to do and you want to walk with someone who's been ahead of where you are so you can go reach your goal in the shortest time possible, go on ahead and click out the link either above on the video or below the video or inside the comments. It's going to take you to my calendar, schedule a time. Let's see how I can help you out. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy.